From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 News at 5.
The man accused of stabbing his father to death is in custody this evening. 21-year-old Jacob Barber was arrested in Roanoke, Texas last night.
Tonight we're hearing from his church and neighbors. Fox 25 Sharday Gray also spoke with police about their investigation.
A shock for one more neighborhood after finding out a former kids pastor was stabbed to death this past weekend. And more police say it was his own son, 21-year-old Jacob Barber.
He is our suspect, 100%. We're pretty confident he is the murder suspect, is why we have a warrant for his arrest.
Neighbors who didn't want to be on camera say 48-year-old Glenn Allen Barber Jr. was a kind man who told his neighbors his son, Jacob, was off his medication. They also described Glenn as a person who always invited neighbors to his church. More police departments say church members here at First Moore Baptist Church became concerned when Glenn Allen Barber Jr. did not show up for service this past Sunday. And when they did a welfare check, that's when they discovered his body.
Officers went into the house, found the victim who was stabbed multiple times, deceased. Since then, we have had a warrant for his son. While
more police wait for Barber to be extradited to Cleveland County Jail, First Moore Baptist Church put out this statement on their Facebook page saying, while there are many details around his death that we do not know, we do know that he knew Jesus as his Lord and Savior, and he is without a doubt experiencing the heaven he spent years telling thousands of kids about.
There's a lot of support for the family, and of course, we feel horrible for the family.
Sharday Gray, Fox 25 News.
First Moore Baptist Church also posted Barber's funeral arrangements on its Facebook page. Services will be held this Friday at 2 p.m. in its worship center. All right, take a look at this surveillance video showing the moments a 63-year-old man crashes through the front door of an Oklahoma City home. It happened at around 5 a.m. near Northeast 54th and Everest. That convertible drives over a curb through the lawn right into the front of the home. The Oklahoma City Fire Department says the man who was driving and the woman who lived in the house were not injured. Officials say that the driver, Lonnie Hunt, is being charged with DUI. We're going to have more on this story for you coming up at 5:30. The weather has been so nice the past few days, but I'm hearing that all good things must come to an end.
Fox 25's chief meteorologist Jeff George has got your back talking about our next weather maker. Jeff, say it ain't so.
Well, let's not get too crazy. We have some decent days ahead before the weekend gets here and it gets hot and humid again. And there's no better time to get record low temperatures than at the hottest time of the year. And that's exactly what happened this morning. We were all the way down to 59 degrees in Oklahoma City. It felt awesome. The average low is 73, and it's actually the first record low of the year in Oklahoma City, which is strange. It has warmed up nicely today thanks to a whole bunch of sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds. SunTech SkyChem Network. Temperatures right now are in the 80s to around 90, and we have 190 out there right now. That's for you guys in Chickasha, but it is a dry heat, so it doesn't feel all that bad. Very bearable, that's for sure. 70s this evening, pleasantly warm and dry. And we're heading down to 61 tonight in Oklahoma City. The record low is 58. I do not think we get there, but we get pretty close. Clear and starry skies. I think another record low is possible on Friday morning, but it does get hotter and stickier this weekend, and rain and thunder are possible soon. Storm Watch 7 day in just a little bit.
The finding indicates that the president was not exculpated for the acts that he allegedly committed.
After months, if not years of anticipation, finally the day arrived on Capitol Hill. Former special counsel Robert Mueller was questioned for more than 5 hours by 2 separate congressional committees about his investigation into Russian interference and President Trump. Chief political correspondent Scott Thuman is on Capitol Hill with some of the pivotal moments.
Well before the crush of cameras and Capitol Hill frenzy, Robert Mueller warned Washington he planned on letting his 448-page report speak for itself, and stayed mostly true to that Wednesday.
I would have to refer you to the report on that. I direct you to the report. I would direct you to the report itself.
To the frustration at times of both sides.
Can't get into that.
Did you interview Mifsud?
Can't get into that.
A lot of things you can't get into.
But lawmakers did extract some clarity, like what Democrats say contradict President Trump's take on the report.
The president has repeatedly claimed that your report found there was no obstruction and that it completely and totally exonerated him. But that is not what your report said, is it?
Correct. It is not what the report said.
They focused on Mueller's findings that President Trump, worried about being under investigation, tried to derail it.
The president ordered you fired. Anyone else who blatantly interfered with a criminal investigation would be arrested and indicted.
What he's doing is not obstructing justice. He is pursuing justice. And the fact that you ran it out 2 years means you perpetuated injustice.
And Republicans chastised Mueller for what they call a flawed investigation. They allege tainted by biased agents.
Having desperately tried and failed to make a legal case against the president, you made a political case instead. You put it in a paper sack, lit it on fire, dropped it on our porch, rang the doorbell, and ran.
I don't think you reviewed a report that is as thorough, as fair, as consistent as the report that we have in front of us.
Through a series of tweets, President Trump proclaimed his innocence, and he characterized these proceedings as a disaster. Meanwhile, Democrats say it's not the end, and they plan on going to court in the next few days to try to force former White House staffers to testify as well. On Capitol Hill, I'm Scott Thuman.
And happening right now, House leadership holding a press conference in response to Robert Mueller's testimony earlier today. Let's go live right now to Washington. Right now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she is speaking to reporters, taking their questions. Now, she had said that the House will continue to investigate matters of the president, including his personal business dealings with Russia and whether or not there was any criminal activity there. They went on to outline what they learned during Robert Mueller's testimony. Meanwhile, right now, President Donald Trump has just landed in West Virginia. This is where the president will be holding a campaign fundraiser here in just a matter of minutes. Now, before boarding Air Force One, right after Robert Mueller finished up his testimony, he did speak with reporters regarding that testimony. This is what the president had to say just 1 hour ago.
We had a very good day today. The Republican Party, our country. There was no defense of what Robert Mueller was trying to defend, in all fairness to Robert Mueller. Whether his performance was a bad one or a good one, I think everybody understands that. I think everybody understands what's going on. There was no defense to this ridiculous hoax, this witch hunt that's been going on for a long time, pretty much from the time I came down on the escalator with our First Lady. And it's a disgrace what happened, but I think today proved a lot to everybody.
And just in the last couple of minutes, Representative Kendra Horn, she has now responded her reaction to Robert Mueller's testimony. We're going to have that coming up for you in just a few minutes.
Jennifer, thank you. Caught on video, ICE agents smashing a car window to arrest an undocumented man in Kansas City. Cheyenne Hoyt recorded the moment it happened on Facebook Live. When Hoyt's boyfriend refused to get out, officials broke through the car window to forcibly remove him from the vehicle. There were 2 children inside as well. ICE claims he is an immigration fugitive. Hoyt says it was a parking ticket that led to his voluntary deportation to Mexico in 2011 before he later illegally re-entered the country. A young girl is expected to be okay after she was tossed into the air by a bison in Yellowstone National Park. Park officials say this video shows a group of people near the bison when it suddenly charged towards them and hit that 9-year-old girl. She was thrown several feet into the air. No citations were issued. Park rangers say the incident serves as an important reminder that wildlife is wild and people should give animals at least 25 feet of space.
A 4-star general made his first appearance to Tinker Air Force Base and addressed concerns about base housing. General Arnold Bunch just took over as commander of Air Force Material Command, overseeing the base at the end of May. Fox 25's Will Metzold has got your back with his reaction to a report about the contractor who handles housing, not only at Tinker, but at other military bases across the U.S. Will.
Well, Mike, the Air Force has announced it has stopped paying incentives to that housing contractor following a report that it falsified maintenance records. General Arnold Bunch says this is a priority for him on his first visit to Tinker Air Force Base. General Arnold Bunch getting his first tour of Tinker Air Base on Wednesday. The commander of Air Force Material Command responded to a Reuters CBS News report that claims the base's housing contractor falsified maintenance records.
Our airmen and their families are our most important and our most valuable resource. And we need to be responsive to them, and we need to make sure they live in safe conditions, and we're attacking that.
According to the report, the Air Force is no longer paying bonuses to Balfour Beatty communities. The report also shows the company kept an official electronic record showing proper maintenance that was seen by the military, then another handwritten record that contained what was actually being done.
And one of our goals is let's communicate with the families, let's be transparent with the families, and let's let them know what we're doing. And let's take this seriously and get after it so that we build back up that trust.
This report comes after recent complaints of black mold, pests, and paint were made about housing at Tinker. Bunch says fixing this is essential to the mission of the work at Tinker.
Anything that we do with our airmen that impacts their thoughts and impacts what they're doing on a day-to-day basis and may distract them in any way, shape, or form for what they're doing can impact readiness and can impact their ability to get the mission done.
Bunch wouldn't address the impact of falsifying maintenance records, but he's following the investigation.
I won't go into anything that might distract from that. I'll let that run its course, and then we will address it when we get the results of what they find out.
Bunch says he wants to see Tinker Air Force Base continue to be innovative with its projects, and safe housing is critical to making sure that happens. Mike.
Well, thank you. Congresswoman Kendra Horn says that she is well aware of concerns about Tinker Air Force Base housing. She visited the base earlier this year to see those conditions.
We've got your back on how you can score with summer fun. It's coming up on Fox 25 News at 5. Touchdown!
It is a party out on Class and Curve in OKC.
Yeah, they are having a backyard bash until 8 o'clock tonight with live music and fun for the entire family. Fox 25 Shelby Love is in the middle of it all. So what's happening out there, Shelby?
Oh my goodness, so many things are happening. I can't list them all by myself. I'm gonna need a little help. That's why I brought in the Director of Marketing here of Class and Curve, Shannon. So tell us about all the amazing things happening at this event.
Well, it is a backyard bash. So anything that you would want to do in your backyard, we're doing in our backyard. We have a gigantic inflatable.
It really is huge. It's super intimidating.
We have all kinds of yard games, cornhole, Jenga, Foursquare. We have it all. We have balloon twists, we have a hula hoop lady, we have face painting, we have food galore, we have a country music band. We have it all.
You name it, you got it. How late are you guys going to be here partying tonight?
We're here till 8 o'clock, so come on out. We have plenty of time to do every single thing here.
All right, and what inspired this amazing event?
You know what, Class and Curve just has beautiful facilities, and we just wanted to do something fun. We have this beautiful green grass, we have this beautiful restaurant and patio, and we just thought it is a perfect opportunity to do it. And this week the weather is gorgeous.
Oh, it's so great.
Perfect chance. So we just wanted to show off what we have here at Class and Curve.
Oh yeah, speaking of showing off what you have, I'm going to try to show off with Balloon Man Chester over here. You got a balloon I can make?
Here, let me give you this first.
Is this a crown?
It is.
Oh wow. Do I look fabulous?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So what are we making today?
I'll show you how. We're dropping our balloons. Hey, do me a flavor.
A flavor?
You hold this and I hold this, okay? We work it like this, okay? So you take this in. This is the nose.
The nose.
Hold it over like this.
Okay.
Hold it like it. Pinch it right here. Twist it like this, okay? Yep. Now twist the folded part. There you go. You got close enough.
We misstepped
Fold it
a
again.
little
Now
bit.
pinch it like that, then twist the folded part.
Okay.
There you go. You got it?
Yeah.
Twist the folded part. How many times do we have to say that?
Oh, this part?
Yeah. No, the folded part. This part. There you go.
Like this?
Yeah. Now twist the folded part. There you go. There you
It's
go.
not twisted.
All right, one more
there we
time.
go,
Fold
there
it
we go.
again. Twist it again. Yeah. Then fold it again and twist it again, and there you cut out for it. I'm telling you, there it is. Look, you're on puppy. Well,
I did it.
Almost your own puppy dog.
Wow.
Well,
The
well,
talent
well,
that
tell
I
them to come out and we can make some more. I promise you. Okay. Oh, here, there you go.
Oh,
There's
man,
another
look
one.
at this. Are
There you
these
go.
little puppies?
Yes, you can have them both.
Oh,
You can have them both.
Look at this. Just all kinds of balloon fun happening out here at Class and Curve near Cafe 501. What do you think of my balloon skills, Mike and Wendy?
Well, I guess it's, not as easy as it looks. But those are cute balloon dogs.
It's definitely harder than it looks, I have to tell you. Chester has got this down.
All right, Shelby, good stuff. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a real nice Wednesday. Clear to partly cloudy skies continue this afternoon. Just another great summer day to be outside. Next weather maker is to the west. It gets here this weekend, and it will be much hotter and sweatier, but we still have 2 or 3 more days of below average temperatures and low humidity, starting off this evening in the 80s and then winding up in the 70s around 8:30 or 9. Pretty darn pleasant, and a great sunset on the way, and that happens right around 8:41. Overnight lows in the 60s. There may be some 50s northeast. 61 in Oklahoma City. The record low for tonight is 58 degrees, so we do not drop down that far, but I think we'll at least tie a record low coming up on Friday morning, and then it warms up from there as we head into the weekend. 62, that's how we kick off your Thursday morning. Nice and comfy, mostly clear skies. We'll be in the 70s by 9. 80s at 11, not muggy, not windy, nothing like that. Warm but bearable tomorrow afternoon. 88 near 90, a light summer breeze. Again, with that low humidity, 88 is going to feel like 88. And the humidity really doesn't climb or become noticeable until about Sunday. And then it's only going to feel 2, 3, maybe 4 degrees hotter as we head into early next week. And we can definitely handle that. So starting on Friday, low to mid 90s all the way into the weekend. 95 is normal, and we hit that coming up on Sunday. We keep those mid 90s in the forecast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday getting hotter, 96 degrees, only a small chance for showers and thunderstorms, and that comes in on Monday.
TVs, computers, tablets, and cell phones, technology is at your fingertips on demand.
But as Family 411's Megan O'Rourke with our sister station in Dayton, Ohio tells us, there are concerns about the long-term impact too much screen time could have on your child's development.
3 small boys with 3 big personalities.
It can get really chaotic.
Mom Kathy Enright does her best to keep everyone entertained with books, toys, and outdoor activities. Sometimes, though, she says screens are unavoidable.
If anybody is having a really awful day and putting in a movie is going to help that, that's what we're going to do. Because if one of them is really upset, they usually all kind of get upset, and it just kind of skyrockets.
But for a lot of families, technology is more than a backup.
We're seeing excessive amounts of use of screens. So a lot of times for our younger children, we're definitely seeing more than 2 hours a day. For our older school-age children and our adolescents, it can be upwards of 4, 6, 8 hours a day.
And Dr. Melissa King says the side effects are wide-ranging, from childhood obesity brought on by excessive sedentary activity to damaged eyesight, poor sleep patterns, and underdeveloped social skills.
And so it is impatience, it's lack of self-control, and how that plays out is learning how to take turns, learning how to sit still in the classroom, learn how to push through something that's boring or not fun.
Skills that will not only impact a child in their youth, but are also a necessary part of life. Even basic communication, Dr. King says, can be impacted.
So when you have a screen time with your child, your interaction is different. You're not doing nonverbal cues that you're reading off of somebody. You're not learning that vocabulary. So by not speaking with your children, they're not hearing as many words.
Earlier this year, the World Health Organization even released new guidelines. It recommends no sedentary screen time for kids under 2, including video games and TV. And for kids 2 to 4, that time should be limited to no more than an hour a day.
We try to follow guidelines as much as possible, because I know they're there for a reason, but it just depends.
And Dr. King says in small doses, screens are okay, but moderation makes all the difference. Her suggestion is to set timers, something Kathy and her husband are already doing with oldest son John and his iPad.
He's used to that, so he knows when it's time to be done, then he's done.
And that was Megan O'Rourke reporting from Ohio. Now, if your child is using a tablet or phone for screen time, we've got your back. Common Sense Media has compiled a list of the best apps for every age group. Facebook's user privacy violations are costing it $5 billion. That's an entire month's revenue for the company and a new record. The Federal Trade Commission has never handed down a larger fine for a civil penalty. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg also agreed to make some other changes, but didn't go into details. The deal covers privacy concerns, including exposing as many as 87 million people's personal information to political analysis firm Cambridge Analytica.
Facebook and Instagram making a big change to keep kids safe. The companies will no longer allow anyone under 18 to see anything about alcohol, tobacco, or electronic cigarettes on their platforms. They're also cracking down on giving any of those items as gifts. Facebook says these are not the changes Zuckerberg was talking about. The company says these changes have been in the works for a while. UPS making it harder for porch pirates by giving customers more options. The company is hammering out a deal right now with CVS, Michael's Craft Stores, and Advance Auto Parts stores to become an access point. That will more than double the number of places you can pick up or ship a package. A couple of years ago, FedEx cut a similar deal with Walgreens. Former special counsel Robert Mueller testifying before Congress today. We're going to have a recap for you.
And we're getting a closer look at the damage after a car plows into a home. We have that video coming up at 5:30.
From the Terrorism Alert Desk in Washington, I'm Lindsay Mastis. FBI Director Christopher Wray appeared before a Senate hearing and revealed that there have been about 100 arrests since October for domestic terrorism. He also revealed that the majority of those cases have ties to white supremacy.
I'll say that a majority of the domestic terrorism cases that we've investigated are motivated by some version of what you might call white supremacist violence, but it includes other things as well.
Now, Wray says that the FBI is using criminal and counterterrorism resources to investigate domestic terrorism and hate crimes. From the Terrorism Alert Desk in Washington, I'm Lindsay Mastis.
From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 News at 5:30.
A woman and her family are cleaning up after a car plowed through their home this morning.
Now we're getting a closer look at all the damage. Fox 25's Wayne Stafford has reaction from the homeowner.
It sounded like my house had blown up.
That is how Olivia Macy's Wednesday morning started. At about 5 this morning, a car crashed into her home at Northeast 54th and Everest.
The first thing I thought was a gas leak because it was so loud and it was so powerful. It shook my bed. And then when I got out of the bed and I saw the front of his Mercedes, then I realized that somebody had drove into my house, and I was angry.
The man who was driving and Massey were not hurt. The Oklahoma City Fire Department says that she's lucky.
Immediately just to the right of the front door is where this resident's bed and bedroom is, and she was asleep in the home at the time. So a matter of about 5 or 6 feet, and that car would have been inside of her bedroom instead of the front door.
The driver of the car was put in the back of an Oklahoma City police vehicle and later did a field sobriety test.
He was under the influence of something. I don't know what, because I didn't smell any alcohol, but he appeared to me, I'll put it that way, he appeared to me to be under the influence of something.
Now the family is picking up the pieces, trying to regain a sense of normalcy. Wayne Stafford, Fox 25 News.
Oklahoma City police tell us the driver, 63-year-old Lonnie Hunt, was arrested for DUI. More police say the son accused of stabbing his father to death was arrested in Roanoke, Texas overnight. Police say they recovered the car of Jacob Barber last night. Right now, he's in the Denton County Jail. The body of 48-year-old Glenn Barber was found in his Moore home Sunday after he didn't arrive for church. Officials say he was a former youth pastor. First Moore Baptist Church also posted Barber's funeral arrangements on its Facebook page. Services will be this Friday at 2 p.m. in the worship center.
Former special counsel Robert Mueller wrapped up a day of testimony with lawmakers, the first since filing the results of his Russia probe. Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard is on Capitol Hill with more on today's testy exchanges.
Two tense hearings, a lot of questions from lawmakers, but not very many specific answers from former special counsel Robert Mueller.
I would have to refer you to the report on that. It's outside my purview. Again, I can't speak to it.
First up, the House Judiciary Committee.
It was not the special counsel's job to conclusively determine Donald Trump's innocence or to exonerate him.
You charge Michael Flynn, a 3-star general, with false statements, but the guy who puts the country through this whole saga, he lies, and you guys don't charge him.
Then it was on to the House Intelligence Committee, where Mueller made it clear he would not address how or why the Russia probe got started.
I was appointed as a prosecutor, and I intend to adhere to that role.
Criticizing the president's embrace of WikiLeaks in 2016 when he touted the leaked DNC emails.
Problematic is an understatement in terms of what it displays.
Mueller repeating his assertion from the morning hearing that Russia stood to benefit the most with Donald Trump in the Oval Office.
Director, who did the Russian social media campaign ultimately intend to benefit? Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
As to whether Mueller would characterize his investigation as a witch hunt?
It is not a witch hunt.
Mueller did tell lawmakers he wanted to make a correction to something he said this morning, saying that he didn't charge the president because the Office of Legal Counsel wouldn't permit it. Rather, he couldn't determine if the president committed a crime. On Capitol Hill, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
And just in the last 30 minutes, Representative Kendra Horn from Oklahoma, she has responded to Robert Mueller's testimony in a lengthy Twitter thread. This is a live look at Twitter where she says special counsel Robert Mueller's report and his testimony today clearly showed Russia interfered in our elections. This revealed critical vulnerabilities in our election system, securing our election systems, holding the Russians accountable and deterring other bad actors must be our top priorities. We must send a clear signal to the world. We will not tolerate any attempt to undermine our country. Now, right now, President Donald Trump has just landed in West Virginia, where he will be holding a campaign fundraiser. We will be watching that for you right here at the live desk.
Now, your Fox 25 Storm Watch forecast from the Reynolds Ford Weather Center.
There is no better time to get record low temperatures than in the middle of summer. That's exactly what happened this morning. We went all the way down to 59 degrees. The average low nowadays is 73, so it felt so nice. And it was the first record low temperature of the year for Oklahoma City, by the way. But we have warmed up nicely this afternoon. Nothing crazy. A lot of sunshine to partly cloudy skies right now on the SunTech SkyCam network. A lot of 80s. We did hit 90 today for the first time this week in Chickasha. Everyone else is sitting pretty in the 80s and well below the average. Heading down into the 70s eventually tonight. Pleasantly warm and dry under mainly clear skies, and then overnight 61. The record low is 58. We do not get there, but I do think record low temperatures are possible again on Friday. But it will be a hotter, much hotter, stickier weekend. Rain and thunder are possible soon too. Your Storm Watch 7-day in just a little bit.
Jeff, thank you. We've got you back with some education news. 2020 Teacher of the Year finalists are now preparing to find out if they are the next award recipient. Now, yesterday, the Department of Education made the announcement and posted a picture of the 12 finalists. We reached out to the department after comments were made questioning the diversity of the finalists, and we received this statement. Like many states, Oklahoma's teachers' workforce is disproportionately white and female, which is why the State Department of Education has prioritized the importance of educator diversity in its 8-year strategic plan, Oklahoma Edge. The lack of diversity is a significant issue made more challenging by Oklahoma's severe ongoing teacher shortage.
The heat can create serious health problems for young children when they're just trying to have fun outside. Fox 25's Marie Garcia's got your back with the precautions that will keep your kids safe and help you avoid unexpected injuries. It's tonight's Consumer Watch.
Playgrounds can be fun and an inexpensive way to do something new this summer, but the weather can create the potential for danger when kids should just be having fun.
The sun is beating down in Oklahoma. That means kids should not be let loose on the playground. Keep an eye on anything metal, especially in older playgrounds.
They can literally cause second-degree burns without any problem.
Charter Clinic says that just because something is plastic doesn't mean it won't get hot. Even plastic slides can hurt on a hot summer day. To escape the heat, kids might look for a shady spot underneath playscapes. Parents, watch out here too. Bugs and spiders could be using that same space to get out of the heat themselves.
Obviously, as a parent, you might want to check out anything your child's doing in a playground before you do, but this time of year, probably a little more so.
We've got your back with important summertime reminders. Use sunscreen. Healthcare professionals recommend kids 6 months and older wear sunscreen. Have loose, light-colored clothing to protect yourself from the sun and the heat. Light and loose-fitting clothing is best. Consider wearing long pants. Long pants can protect kids from possible burns if they're playing in outdoor playgrounds.
Hydration is key no matter your summertime activity. It can protect your health and keep costly and unexpected emergency room visits at bay. Children especially need to be reminded to drink water regularly in the heat every 20 minutes while outside, and water is the best choice. Ray Garcia, Fox 25 Consumer Watch.
If your child is hurt and you've never dealt with this issue before, it's always best to take them in to get checked out by a healthcare professional.
Coming up on Fox 25 News at 5:30, we're going to tell you about a cool way you can connect with your family.
$30 million people in the U.S. suffer from diabetes. Now, up to 95% of them have type 2. Well, a plant-based diet could be just what the doctor ordered. Britt Conway explains all the benefits in today's Health Minute.
A plant-based diet could help prevent type 2 diabetes. That's according to a new study in the journal JAMA Internal Medicine. Researchers found that people who ate a plant-based diet lowered their risk of getting type 2 diabetes by 23%. And when sticking to the healthier items like fresh fruit and veggies, whole grains, nuts, and legumes, and avoiding those beverages sweetened with sugar and refined carbs, they lowered their risk even more by another 30%. And the benefits of the plant-based diet are seen in conjunction, though, with regular exercise and activity. But the results were true among all participants, regardless of age or starting body mass index. Researchers stress, too, that you don't need to be fully vegetarian to enjoy the benefits. The Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet are both plant-based, but include fish and poultry. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 1 in every 10 people here in the U.S. has diabetes, and up to 95% of those cases are type 2, which is lifestyle-related. For today's Health Minute, I'm Britt Conway.
Integris and Blue Cross Blue Shield have signed a new long-term agreement. Officials with both parties say that the new 5-year agreement will allow them to develop new value-based care opportunities for patients. One new element is that Integris providers will be included in the Blue Advantage participating provider option, which provides Medicare Part A and B coverage plus additional benefits for patients. That's expected to go into effect on September 1st.
Don't walk, dash on out to Class and Curve's Backyard Bash in OKC. They're partying until 8 tonight with live music and family fun activities. Fox 25's own Shelby Love is there taking part in some of the fun. So Shelby, I know you were hitting some Connect 4 a minute ago. What's going on?
So there are so many things out here, Wendy. We've got cookie dough to go right in front of us. There's face painting, balloons, of course. I'm sporting one of their fabulous designs tonight. Also behind us, we've got more fun going on with football, Jenga, this inflatable. The list goes on and on and on. And there's a good reason behind all this fun. I'm actually chatting with Susan and Chad. They're with Friends of Vail. They're actually the founders. And tell us about what this event means to you guys.
So we're here with the Arabian Horse Youth Nationals and our daughter shows, and we're involved in that industry, but the Friends of Vail raises money for literacy, education, childhood literacy, and at this show we give out $6,000 worth of scholarships to the kids. This is our third year to partner with Cafe 501 to raise money for Friends of Vail to give back to our kids.
And so this event is helping raise, of course, we're right by Cafe 501, so this event is helping raise some of those funds for that, right?
Absolutely.
And what does it mean to you guys to be able to give away those scholarships to those kids?
We get so many emails and text messages about kids that, that have earned the scholarships, and they're just so excited. And their parents are like, you don't know what this means to our daughter. She needed this so much. So we just put it in God's hands, and we know that the right people are going to get the right scholarship.
And this is the right event to do it. I mean, there's so much fun going on. Is there anything tonight that you're looking forward to taking part in?
I don't know. They want me to run down this big hill behind me, but I don't know if I'm going to do it or not.
I don't know about that for me either, but what I do know is we're about to get a little hula hoopy up in here. I am actually with hula hoop extraordinaire. Look at her go. This is Alexis. So you're going to teach me a thing or two about the hoops, right? We're going to hoop it up. Is that the correct term? Hoop it up?
Yes, hooping or hoop it up, yes.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do that. So do you want to hold this so you can instruct me? Can you? Okay.
Sure,
All
okay.
right, let's do it.
So the first thing I'm going to teach you is called a lasso.
Okay.
So you're going to bring it above your head like this.
I'm going to get a small.
Yes. So you're going to hold it above your head like this.
Okay.
And you're just basically going to let it swing around your hand vertically. Yeah, lasso. And then another favorite move of mine is called a weave. It's one of the base moves from a lot of hoop tricks, and you're going to basically do a figure 8 in front of your body. So you're just going to weave it in and out. Look at you, you're natural.
So good.
All right, so another really fun one I like to do, it's kind of like an isolation illusion trick. So you're going to bring it up like you did for the lasso, but you're just going to hold on to it and bring it down as you slowly turn. Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that was amazing. You did great.
Well, thank you so much. It looks like if this TV career doesn't pan out, I may be not a good balloon maker, but maybe I can make it with the hoops. Back to you, Wendy.
Good stuff. I love your new trick, Shelby.
Well, thank
Hope you're having a real nice Wednesday, everyone. A ton of sunshine today, but really not very summer-like. Temperatures stay about the same for the next day or two. And then we hit this weekend. Heat wave high pressure system builds in by Sunday, so it will be much hotter and sweatier, but we have at least 2 or 3 more days of below average temperatures and low humidity, and it makes our furry friends pretty happy too. So we start off this evening in the 80s, wind up in the 70s. Pretty darn pleasant. Great sunset that happens in between 8:30 and about 9 o'clock this evening. And we drop all the way down into the 60s tonight, 61 in Oklahoma City, and maybe some 50s to the northeast. The record low tonight for Oklahoma City is 58 degrees. We do not get there, but we get pretty close. And I think we will at least tie a record high coming up on Friday morning, and then it warms up from there quite a bit as we step into that weekend. Starting off your Thursday, about 62 degrees, nice and comfy, mostly clear skies, 70s by 9, 80s at 11, not muggy, not windy, not anything like that, so not bad. Warm but bearable as we go into tomorrow afternoon. 88 degrees, a light summer breeze, and again, that low humidity. So for tomorrow, 88 is going to feel like 88, and I really do not think that humidity becomes noticeable until maybe Sunday, heading into next week. And even when it does, it only feels 1, 2, maybe 3 degrees hotter. So the humidity never really does go through the roof, which is more good news. And then Friday, heading into the weekend, 90 on Friday, 93 on Saturday, Sunday 95, and that is normal nowadays, so it takes about 4 or 5 more days before we get to average high temperatures. Great swimming pool weather, and to hit those splash parks and everything, get that car wash too, because on Monday it's only a small chance for rain and thunder. Those rain possibilities go away, and it gets hotter on Tuesday and Wednesday, back up to 96 by the middle of next week.
The following segment is sponsored by Braum's.
You've been chiming in and sending us your pics, and today we're taking a look at some of your ice cream photos. This was sent in to us from Sue Harlow Bruce. It's a good day to get some ice cream. Any day's a good day to get ice cream in my book. We want to see your photos too, though. It is so easy. Just go to our website, okcfox.com, click on Chime In at the top of the page, then watch Fox 25, and we might just feature your favorite photos. we could soon be eating food made out of thin air. Solar Food says it's made the most environmentally friendly food using carbon dioxide, water, and renewable electricity. The natural protein source called Solein is said to be an alternative to eating plants or animals, tasting just like wheat flour. Solein was created as an alternative to our traditional food source because it can be produced anywhere in the world and is 100 times more climate friendly, saving on water and land use. Solar Foods claims the protein can be added to anything from yogurt to ready meals, and hopes to officially introduce the product to stores by 2021.
Coca-Cola is taking soft drinks and making them hard. The beverage company is breaking into new territory, officially launching an alcoholic soda. The drink, called Lemon Dew, will be exclusively available in Japan. Coca-Cola first did small tests in the country last year with hard soda containing 3, 5, 7, and 9% alcohol. The drink will not contain the signature Coke recipe or taste. It's described as a form of hard seltzer. Lemon Dew is expected to debut this fall. Here's what's coming up tonight on Fox 25 at 7. We have Master Chef at 8. Don't miss First Responders Live. And of course, that's followed by the primetime news at 9.
You know who else is loving this not so hot summer weather?
Me.
Our furry friends.
Me.
Yeah, you get that. That counts. Our fine feathered friends. 60s in the morning, 80s to around 90 in the afternoon. Low humidity, below average temperatures go all the way almost until the end of the weekend. Then we hit 95 on Sunday. It was going to happen eventually. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, mid-90s. Only a small chance for rain on Monday.
All right, thanks for being here.
We'll see you right back here for the primetime news.